Hello viewers, welcome to Raxio Hour. What an absolute pleasure it is having you back. Meet Peter Ojekunle, Senior Manager, Risk Assurance Services at PWC Uganda, a firm operating in the professional service sector serving a broad spectrum of clients, including government, development partners, and the private sector, with the purpose of building trust in society and solving important problems while delivering assurance, advisory, and tax services. Peter has over 8 years of experience in project assurance, business process, information security assessments, and standards benchmarking. He has participated in and led various projects and assignments across industries, including institutions and organizations in the oil and gas, financial services, as well as consumer, industry products and services sectors, demonstrating leadership and project management skills, technical expertise, and overall value delivery to the clientele. In this episode, Peter shares his thoughts on the importance of storing data in a country as well as the relevance of Tier 3 data centers to organizations.
My name is Peter Ojekunle, like you rightly said. I'm a senior manager here at PWC Uganda. I lead the Risk Assurance Services business unit. It sits within our assurance line of service. I've been with the firm for about 9 years. The first 5 years was at our Nigeria office, and in the last 4 years I've been here supporting that business unit here in Uganda. PWC is a professional services firm. We are a network of firms, and we've got presence in about 156 countries. We've got a total of more than 256,000 people that help us to, or that are fully committed to deliver quality services related to assurance, tax, and advisory services. Our purpose is to build trust in society and solve important problems. And for us, in the last 1 year, we've had a mindset shift on translating that into what that means to our clients in relation to sustained outcomes. How can our ability to create value for our clients deliver a kind of outcome that outlives even the people that operate in those organizations, and that's what we call sustained outcomes. We want it to transcend generations, and if it's able to transcend generations, then it means that the kind of services that we provide to our clients is able to incorporate resilience to how that business operates. And then ultimately, once we're able to do that, it means that we are not only able to build trust with our clients, but we're also able to build trust in other stakeholders and the society at large. Technology is quite important for us as PwC. We like to see ourselves as a tech-enabled and a data-driven organization. There's quite a bit that we are doing. And we are doing those largely to be able to be right ahead of the curve, even for our clients. Whatever industry that you want to think about, whether it's the financial services sector or the manufacturing industry, there is a drive to incorporate technology in the overall strategy of that organization, because technology has become a key value driver. And for us as PwC that provides professional services to our clients, we have to be able to be right ahead of that journey for our clients, to be able to even provide advisory or assurance or tax related services to them. So for us, there's quite a bit of technology and tools, systems that we've incorporated into how we work. Both internally as a firm to support our day-to-day operations, but as well as the technology and the tools that we have deployed to be able to create valuable insights for our clients. Our clients want to be able to know what they do not know. They've got problems that requires a solution. And sometimes that solution requires that we are able to effectively analyze data and then generate insights of what that data is saying. And for us to be able to analyze that data, sometimes we have to make use of all sorts of technology. We've got to process that data. Sometimes we've got to introduce algorithms that are AI and machine learning driven for us to be able to extract the insights out of the data to then inform the sort of advice that we're able to give our clients. So in general, we continue to be tech-enabled, data-driven, and ultimately we want to be ahead of the curve so that we are able to continue to provide quality and valuable solutions to our clients. The 4IR, what you've called the fourth industrial revolution, is one that has disrupted every industry and not just the professional services industry. It's probably disrupted some more other industries more than it has done for the industry that we operate in, which, like you've rightly mentioned, is the professional services industry. The 4IR has introduced new concepts to existing platforms. We've always had technology, which was the hallmark of the second evolution, which transitioned to digitization, which was the hallmark of the third evolution. But the fourth evolution has seen the introduction of a bit more interconnectivity and automation, supported by all sorts of algorithms, artificial intelligence, and robotics, and all that interconnectedness operates on the platform of cloud computing and the likes. Yeah. So for us, as a professional servicing firm, we obviously need to be able to continue to improve on the sort of services that we are able to provide to our clients, and sometimes this requires us to be able to provide these services on the go. And I will use the practical example of the period where there was the COVID pandemic, where there was restriction of movement, and that required the high populace of staff that we've got working remotely, and the only way we could collaborate effectively was to make use of some of the platforms that we've got in our cloud environment. And for PWC, we've got quite a bit of tools that we've got to use on a daily basis. If we did not have the support of the technologies that exist in the 4IR, then perhaps that as a business we would have been stranded. Perhaps there could have been some entities in that sector that may not have been able to demonstrate the sort of resilience that other firms would have been able to demonstrate, simply because they've been able to plug into technologies like cloud computing. So the sort of technologies and solutions that exist in the revolution that we are in at the moment is extremely critical for professional services firm, because they've got to incorporate all of those solutions into how they operate, both internally and what they are able to provide for their clients, which is the hallmark for what would represent quality service. You should be able to do it faster, more efficiently, and you should be able to generate better insights. A tier 3 data center, to a very large extent, is able to support the technologies associated with cloud computing. And we've talked quite a bit about how important it is for organizations to follow the curve and follow the trend and not be left behind. So if any organization is going to be able to harness the benefits of things like cloud computing, then you want to be interested in subscribing to data centers that are at a minimum tier 3, because it is such data centers that give you such capabilities. Tier 3 data centers provides for higher redundancy, and it creates better availability statistics for any organization. And if any organization would want, as part of its overall strategy for business resilience, business continuity, then there has to be a keen interest in subscribing to such a data center that has got the processing capabilities to give redundancy as well as high availability. So that is really how important it is today for any organization in relation to Tier 3 data centers. In a country like Uganda, that of course at some point in time will align with what is happening globally, we can expect that at some point Uganda will begin to talk about data residency requirements, or what we call data localization requirements. We already see that from Bank of Uganda requiring banks and financial institutions to have an in-country core banking system. So organizations have to be prepared, yeah? And if we've got data centers that have got cloud computing capabilities in country, then such organizations need to begin to prepare to engage such entities at the point where matters of residency and localization of data is in the discussion, and we're able to get to a point where it is invoked. Such conversations have to start now. The necessary due diligence to satisfy yourselves that such organizations have got the capabilities from a Tier 3 or Tier 4 perspective does exist. Such due diligence have to begin to happen because in the shortest time possible, such a policy or such a requirement would become necessary for us as a country. But there will come a time, and that time may not be so far from now, where there will be certain data sets that would have to be localized. And if we are going to be able to take advantage of cloud computing as well as comply with the requirement of residency for data, then we have to be able to begin to look at such firms within the country that have got such capabilities.
Thank you, Peter. And thank you, dear viewer, for tuning in to Raxio Hour once again. Have a lovely weekend.